This is what Bernie Sanders had to say about the way that he ran his campaign.
Senator Bernie Sanders is an independent in Vermont. He endorsed Zohran Mamdani for mayor. In a new op-ed for The Guardian, he asked, quote, will the Democrats learn from Zohran Mamdani's victory? And he joins me now. Senator, what's your reaction to the big upset last night?
Enthusiastic. It was one of the great political victories in modern history. Zohran ran a brilliant campaign. And I think the most significant part of his campaign, and I, Chris, would not compare it to Obama or to Clinton. What Zohran understood is that in order to win, you got to be more than charismatic, and he is. You got to be more than smart, which he is. You got to build a strong grassroots movement around a progressive agenda. He had thousands and thousands of people knocking on doors because they were excited about his message. And his message said, you know what? In a time of unprecedented income and wealth inequality, we are going to ask the richest people in New York City to stop paying their fair share of taxes. So among other things, we can address the major crisis facing New York and America, by the way, is soaring housing costs.
So we're not going to make better decisions. We're not going to make sure that, think about this for a second, y'all. We're not going to make better decisions. We're not going to make sure that we minimize the barriers to entry that allows for people to be able to make more money. We're not going to create more businesses. We're not going to make it more business friendly. We're not going to lower property taxes. We're not going to generate more revenue. We're not going to cut spending. We're not going to audit the federal or audit the local government. We're not going to audit the city. We're not going to do any of those things. We're not going to control costs, go within the budget. Their goal, and this is what I've learned about liberals and Democrats. Liberals and Democrats love spending other people's money. Liberals, Democrats, they love, now if you ask them, and there have been so many different tests, if you ask them, hey, do you feel it's necessary for you, if you got an A+, and I've seen somebody have this conversation, they said, if you got an A+ on your test, would you be willing to actually go down to a C+ in order to give somebody that got an F share your grade? And the people said no. They said, why wouldn't you be able to do that? He said, because I worked hard for it, and why should I have to give away what I've worked hard for to somebody that probably don't care anything about it? It's the same concept. It is the same concept. Why should I? It's funny because some of the same people that's advocating for this is the same people that's going at B. Simone for what she said on her podcast. As much as you may not like B. Simone, listen to what you're saying while at the same time talking about her. Y'all are saying that B. Simone should be required to take care of her friends, give out money, make sure that she save people that are suffering, but at the same time, or if you on the other side of the debate, you're saying that B. Simone owes nobody nothing. Listen, why should she be required to take care of somebody else? Why should she have to give out her resources if somebody else, because we all are our own individual, right? That's the argument that a lot of people were making on After Hours the other day on Tuesday. Why should B. Simone be required, which you may not necessarily care about her being a modern woman. You may not necessarily care about her talking about God. You may not necessarily care about the fact that she's single, she's a single girl and all of this stuff. But here's the other part about it. Y'all said that people should not be required. If she do it, it's a plus. If she helps us, if it's a plus. But she should not be required to give away anything that she worked for to other people just because they want it or just because they are suffering. Some people in the chat are saying that's why she's going broke, because she gave away too much money to too many people. So why do y'all feel compelled to be able to take money? And here's the other part about it. I don't think that the government spends my money as best as I could. You're going to be hard pressed to convince me that government officials, local, federal, any of that, that they spend my money more responsibly than I do. You gonna have to sell me on that one. You gonna have to sell me on that one. I don't think that handing my money to a 33-year-old politician is going to be better for everybody else. You're going to have to sell me on that one, big dog. I'm not going for that one. Hell no. With a capital H. Hell no with a capital H. Are you going to convince me that a government official can spend my money better than I can? Nope.
They're going to freeze rent at a time when families can't afford decent quality food. He's talking about helping to create publicly funded grocery stores so that kids can get food that's affordable, making buses free. He's giving people a positive agenda, not just going after Trump, but giving something that people can believe in, an analysis which reflects their reality. So I thought it was a great campaign. And I look forward to continue to work with.
It's always people that ain't never opened up a business,
is
don't understand it, that always got the most.
I'm curious what you think of this theory. I think one thing that happens in campaigns is people get risk averse the more sort of backing they have, and so they don't want to screw it up. And the more that you're coming from a position of like no one expects you to win, it does also give you latitude to actually go out and try stuff. Like, even whether that's a new idea, is like, we're going to try publicly funded grocery stores. Like, no one else is saying that. But I do think there's an appetite for risk or trying new things that was so palpable in this campaign that seems to me also really important.
But it's not just, he sat up at night, I think, this is, a risky idea, but we'll do it.
No, right.
I think he is prepared. And this is the point.
Look, it's so easy to win a campaign. It's so easy to win a campaign.
I don't think people can argue with us. It is funded by very wealthy people. It is run by inside the Beltway consultants who really have very little
clue
AOC became about what's going on in the real world. And that is why I think, sadly, Kamala Harris lost an election that she should have won. It is a party which is not going to take on powerful special interests.
You almost made me spit out my water. What did he just say?
And that is why I think, sadly, Kamala Harris lost an election that she should have won. It is a party which is not going to take on powerful special interests because of fundraising fears. And it certainly has turned its back on work.
She raised over $1.5 billion, and that ain't even including special interest group that spent money during her campaign. She spent, let me revise that, because she overspent. She spent more than $1.4 billion during the campaign. And you're talking about, Jesus Christ.
People. And Zohran did all of that. He changed all of that about.
Wait.
Hold on. Question is,
Fiji water is now bad. I can't drink Fiji water now? Okay, so all right. So all water is bad. Everything is bad. So wait. You're telling me that Fiji water is bad for me? So we can't drink water now. All right, gotcha.
Will the Democratic leadership learn
from
his campaign?
I
doubt it.
Somebody said
I think
Fiji
they would
water
rather
is bad,
go down with the Titanic than give up the fact that they are captains of the boat. But it doesn't really matter what they think. What Zohran's campaign showed is that people are prepared to stand up and fight for change. We're seeing that in the Fighting Oligarchy talk. We saw it last week. Millions of people came out to the No King rally. People understand that our political and economic system is broken, that the rich get richer and millions of people are struggling to put food on the table. They understand the two parties today are not responding to their needs. They want something different. And I think Zohran touched on that reality.
Says the millionaire. Says the millionaire. Shout out to Bernie Sanders. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.